Hi guys, for today's Pick a Crystal, we're just going to be discussing what I meditated on as a collective, which for those of you who don't, quite understand or a little unfamiliar with that, it's basically what we all as, beings, humans, people, are all thinking or all kind of like in agreement with in regards to the same thought process. At the same time. So when I tapped into this, I saw that we're all feeling this, which I think to some degree we're always feeling this, but I think it's coming through because it's like we're feeling this more so right now. We just want to be nurtured and shown the way. We want to step into our own power because this gives us happiness, and then we believe the rest will follow. So, you may not be aware of it, or maybe you are, or maybe that's just so straightforward. But so I figured I would just, pull a card and, hopefully that gives you some type of clarity or confirmation or advice, anything that resonates with you. So pile one, if you feel like this crystal resonates with you, feel free to fast forward by clicking the link below. Pile two, if you feel like this crystal resonates with you, feel free to fast forward by clicking the link below, okay? All right, I'm going to move ahead with pile one. What message does Spirit want you to hear at this time? I'm seeing somebody look through the blinds, like the window outside, seeing a tree. And I see another tree in the background. And I feel like you're standing by the tree, like just looking at the other tree. Ooh. The temple in reverse. Okay, so let's see what this is about. So I'm pretty positive the imagery on the card was two hands, kind of like a prayer. So I'm seeing that in reverse, kind of going like, I'm seeing a fire pit. I feel like it's you and others like looking at the fire. And then it changes to kind of like, I don't want to say a pond, but it's something where like there's water in there and there's a horse that puts their mouth in to drink. But the horse puts their whole face in, like to cleanse or something like that. And then when they come out, they turn into a raccoon. And I hate the word raccoon because I think automatically trash, dirty. But it's really not like that. Raccoons are really smart if you think about it, right? There's always a strategy in mind. They know when to come out. And then it's like, even then when you come outside, sometimes they'll look you right in the eye and be like, yeah, and? And sometimes you got nothing. So I'm feeling like getting, fire symbolic. There's the four elements, right? There's the fire, the water, the air, earth. I may be botching that, which brings us back to the zodiac signs, right? So it's like we're looking at the fire. We're looking at something that gets you going, gets your fires burning. And then it's like there's renewal, right? Because you're a horse, which makes sense. You were just looking at the fire. So it's like you're ready to go. So you cleanse yourself, and now you're coming up with a strategy. And now I feel like we're in the beginning of the scene again, where it's like you're behind the blinds, the window. It's kind of like this energy again. It's like a waiting energy. I feel like I'm seeing a bunny, which I feel like, I could be wrong, represents faith. So whatever you believe in, just hold that where you see fit. And I'm seeing the rims on a tire, so movement. So it's like, I'm getting this feeling of wanting to move, you know, it's like, but the inability of it. But it's like, it's just you in your head, you know? I mean, honestly speaking, just from like a logical point of view, I don't doubt that there's something up with the cosmos, you know, in regards to the birth date and birth time you were born, and seeing the astrological progressional chart with where you're at. You know, like, I'm sure these are real energies, but it's like that's part of your journey where you're meant to, I don't want to say fight those energies, but it's like work through it. So when we have those energies of, I'm going to open my eyes. When we have those energies of like not being able to move, but yet wanting to move, it's usually two opposing planets that, like, you know, aren't in harmony with each other. So it's like, it's an existing energy. It's, you know, I feel like, so for people who don't believe in this stuff, they'll be like, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. If you want to do it, you could do it. And yeah, to some degree it is. It's just as straightforward as that. But when you understand your chart, it's like you can understand how you personally, because there's no other person like you in this world, right? There just isn't it. If you don't believe that, you really should. So you should really learn to work within the energies that are going on. When I look at the card, straightforward, I see the triangle, I see the hands, the temple nonetheless, and the green. It's like a grounding energy. It's higher consciousness. It's having the belief something's growing, but it's in reverse. So it's almost as if like you see all this, but it's like you're here. This is almost like the window. Oh, yes. This is the windows. These were the blinds. And it's like you're peeping through the blinds of everything you want, something like that. The temple, the sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far-off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensually kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. When in dark, idolatry, cults, strict spirituality. Go deeper. Now is the time. The ancient yogis saw the body itself as the temple, every function and feature of it as an expression of divinity. Build a shrine with found materials. Don't spend any money, only time. Though indeed the temple travels with you, this card is interwoven with the pilgrim archetype. If you've been longing for a spiritual journey, book your tickets. Adultery, cults, strict spirituality. All right, I'll see if I could channel a little more. So before we went back to the rim and the tire, it's like I was looking up, and it's like we're on the bed of like when you're getting surgery or you're in a medical office and you're looking up at those fluorescent lights. There's something about having trouble moving towards healing yourself. Like, it's like you want to be able to go towards the light. Obviously not death, but it's like you're having trouble, and it's like you're staying in the dark instead. I see you with other people in the dark, and you're the only one with your shirt off. I think you're in this energy because it's like you may be the only one. It's either you are the only one who's really open, or you feel like you're the only one who's really open with your people, whoever your people are. So I almost feel like you're in this energy because of maybe other people. Maybe you feel like you're not getting what it is you want, what it is you deserve, what it is you need. It's almost like, so we go back to the car, and you're making sure everything's okay. Like you're even adding in, and this car doesn't need it because it's just a car, but like, you know, with like trucks, I'm gonna open my eyes. Sometimes they need, it's gonna sound so stupid. I don't even know if this is what you call it, like a step to get in the truck, to, you know, so you don't have to like jump up to get in. It's like you're adding a step to like a sports car, and the sports car, it's already like leveled. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's like it's part of the strategy that's going on in your head that you're having trouble with. But it's like you're having trouble seeing the light or having hope or something like that. Yet you are seeing something obtainable. All right. So that's what I got for you, pile one. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. And I'm sending you love and light. Bye. All right, pile two. What is Spirit's message to you? I'm seeing, it feels like to get to a home. It's like to get to your home, you have to cross this bridge, this path. I'm seeing other ways. Wait, hold on. What is this? I feel like I'm seeing storage boxes. I feel like these are symbolic of lingering people. You know what I mean? Like energetically. Like somehow these people are still with you. Like the ghosts of Christmas past, something like that. It's like that's the energy. And I feel like this is on the side of like the mountain or something like that along this path to get to the house. I feel like I'm seeing rain. So it's like these are energies of the past that have possibly hurt you in some type of way. And it's like, in order to get to the other side, kind of like that joke, right? How does the chicken get to the other side? It's like these cannot go with you. All right, I'm gonna look. The maiden. Okay. All right, let's see what this is all about. So before I opened my eyes, I felt like I was seeing the house move up. Like, it's like the path is now turning into the spiral effect. So it's like, even once you cross over, the house isn't there. Now it's like you have to go up to get to it. I feel like we're going down a river at nighttime, and I'm seeing the trees along the way. And I'm seeing tons and tons of people come out from the woods, like literally, like there is an army full of these people. I'm seeing the number 8, so I feel like there's karma with this. Like you have some type of karma with either having to help people or learning not to run away from people, because I'm seeing now something that resembles transportation. And I'm seeing a butterfly, and I'm seeing tonsils. So transformation, so movement with transformation. And something to do with speaking, definitely. I am seeing Saturn. I see that you're able to see what isn't there. So like I'm seeing like an X-ray vision of teeth. So it's like people may say things, but it's like you see through that. You can see what it is they really mean. I'm seeing purple. You could see their real intentions behind their words. And this is due to intuition. So people may act nice, but then it's like it's you, there's something you catch with the things they say. And it's like because of this, I see that it gets you like really angry. I'm feeling like Lilith energy. Lilith is supposedly the first wife of Adam, from Adam and Eve. She's the woman who believes in equality. Yeah, I keep seeing like, okay, so I'm gonna open my eyes. So I keep seeing a tree, like, and then the mouth. So it's like you have this knowledge of knowing when you're being deceived or something like that, and it gets you really upset. This has to do with something you're meant to learn, though. The virgin, the princess, the innocent. The maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of maiden mother crone, and rightfully so because she has oh so much to learn. Yes, you see, this is Saturn teaching you something, some type of life lesson you're meant to learn. So they say naive sensuality. So let's continue on. The maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way. Yes, this has Lilith written all over it, which, by the way, is an asteroid that you can find in your natal chart, so you could see where your Lilith is. Your Lilith could be in Aries, it could be in Virgo, and so on. And there's a different energy within all of that. And each Lilith basically there's that shadow, that you will attract specific shadowy people to you based off of that sign. The maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. One in light, curious, enchanting, sensual, full of vitality. So it came in straightforward, so we're going to go with that. Go deeper. Persephone, Alice, or any princess figures. Moving from the maiden to the mother is challenging, often leaving unresolved tensions between the two archetypes for years, if not a lifetime. Do you long to be rescued by another, or receive a kiss that brings you back to life? Be wary of waiting for a prince. Break the spell of your own life. Okay. So what I'm picking up here is that this could be where your Lilith is located. Even if not, if this doesn't resonate to your Lilith placement in your natal chart, either way, it's definitely a karmic lesson. So what I'm picking up on is like, I don't want to say naive, but it's like too trusting. And you may think, well, that's naive. I like to think of it as being a beautiful soul and trusting in people, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? So, but the thing is, here's where the lesson lies that's showing, and there's the Venus energy. So where the lesson lies, where it's coming through that you're not learning and where you're hurting your own self is, you see the purple, you have this intuition where you're able to see basically through people's bullshit, but you continue to stay because you're not getting the actual proof. You know what I mean? Like you could be saying, oh, I always think negative. Let me think positive, things like that. So it's like you're innocent in the sense that you're really trying to give these people chances and whatnot, but your intuition's telling you no. So you stay. And this is not just love. Venus, you can see how your friendships go down as well, family relationships, and lovers. So I just want to make that very clear. So how this works is you may stay and be naive in the sense that you may be thinking, well, I would need proof. Like this could be my mind playing tricks on me. That is another way that the ego filters downloads, and downloads are intuitive hits, your intuition, those random thoughts that come out of nowhere. So therefore, it's not like there's a price to pay, but in a sense, it's like, well, you can't just walk away from these relationships, connections without having to learn something from them. It doesn't matter if like these people, did you dirty, whatever, didn't have the right intentions or didn't do the right thing. It's like you knew and you chose to ignore your intuition. And you may be thinking, well, I didn't technically know. Well, yeah, you did. Because again, this is where society has taught us to ignore our intuition, right? To the point where it's like, I feel like most people who aren't into spirituality, they'll be like, yeah, something just didn't feel right with the guy. So yeah, I didn't do it. And that's me like mimicking a guy, by the way. And, but nobody thinks twice about that. Nobody thinks twice. That's let's just say a very, somebody who's just in the 3D world doesn't think twice about spirituality. Okay. But if you have a spiritual person who's like, yeah, I cut off all ties with this person, I could just tell something wasn't right. Other people would be like, well, what were the signs? And you could be like, I couldn't find any, but I just know. Well, that sounds batshit crazy, right? But see, that's what separates us from the source, the divine knowledge that's within us. And some of us really rock that shit out. Some of us, I know this one girl, this Libra, she's, I used to waitress with her. Oh my God. She is like the epitome of confidence. She would, date people all the time. She'd be like, I'd be like, oh, how'd it go? And she'd be like, yeah, I'm not talking to him anymore. I'd be like, what do you mean? And when I mimic her, I'm just like over exaggerating. She had the most balanced Venus-like energy I've ever seen. But of course we have all the energies, right? So it's not like she didn't have that Mars energy, or like I didn't see her other sides. But she'd be like, yeah, no, I didn't like, certain things. I could just feel something was off. So, and it's like, that was that. There was nothing more to ask, because she rocked in complete and total confidence what she knew to be true. And it was to the point where it's like, there was nothing else I could ask, because it made me believe exactly what she said. So I feel like we kind of, most of us as people don't, most of us don't embody that. We ignore this, where we're like, something doesn't feel right, but let's just go with it. And this is like where you get hurt. So it's like Spirit's like, well, you do this all the time. Something's got to change. And here we go. So, it's not to say that it's like you need your guard up, because you don't really want to be like this. You don't want to have this energy of not being welcoming, accommodating, because it's like, how like the ex always comes back and they're like, hey, how are you doing? Merry Christmas. And it's like, can you not? Can you not? That's somebody who, and if, let's say if you respond to something like that, that could be somebody that's too welcoming. You know what I mean? So it's like, you need to figure out your boundaries. You need to figure out what works for you, doesn't work for you. I mean, maybe you are that Christmas text person, it's everybody's different, honestly. But I don't want you to ever turn your back on you. You know what I mean by that? I don't want you to turn into this cold, untrusting person who doesn't trust anybody just because of people who have taken advantage of you. Like, that's their loss, and it's always their loss. You may feel like it's your loss in the moment, but then it's like we always get past that and we're like, ooh, that sucks for them. It's like, and I hate to come off that way, but it's like, sometimes you kind of got to play these games with yourself mentally to make yourself feel better, because sometimes we feel like absolute garbage when we ignore our intuition, because it's like, fuck, if we had just listened, and then we're like, why didn't we listen? Linda, listen. YouTube video. Anyway. So it's really hard to discern what's ego and what's intuition, especially when you've been through it. But that's part of your karma, and I'm sure you'll see that in your chart. If Venus is squaring Saturn, I promise you do. I mean, we all have, I want to be clear, we all have karmic ties with these people in our lives where it's like, oh, we learned, we learned today. You have a karmic tie with that person for sure, but that's meant to make you learn. I think you've just gotten to this point in your life where it's like your spirit guides are like, wrap it up. That was it. No more. Now moving forward. So I think you just need to really trust your intuition, trust source, and tap into that divine knowledge that's within all of us, and always go into each friendship, family member, whether that's reconnecting with a family member, reconnecting with a friend, or new friendships, new lovers. It's like, go into that beautiful, virgin-like, princess-like, innocent-like energy. Do that. Truly do that. But when your intuition says, No. You have to listen to that, because that's for a reason. So remember, your spirit guides are always seeing what you're not. Okay? I promise you. So I hope that helps. And I'm sending you so much love and so much light. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.